that be
A golden thread.
Set in stone. Blasphemy! First blood! Better yours than mine!
Alright, we're back, boys. Apologies for that. Rip.
If you were me, first still be alive.
Yeah, very nice pick for Hala Ares to get there, but unfortunately the first blood just claimed before that. Still a nice start there in the early lane, in the early game. As you mentioned, lane's going to be very important here. Bottom lane, Saneko gets the telekinesis up onto the Wii. We're going to keep him at bay for the time being. And meanwhile, 1v1 top lane, I mean, Necro usually wins most of these. But is it a concern for Navi for this Earthshaker to get this fast early start?
That should help.
Yes, I just did that.
Yeah, they do have the move speed. The toss is there, and the Zeus ends up dropping. A nice return kill for Dendi to find. And he is surpassing him quite considerably in CS as well. Earthshaker also bodied out of lane top. Has had to make it back. So Navi really coming back with a force here in the early game. They do have this dire observer ward, down in mid as well. As the bounty hunter rotating in. No sentry for Navi on the low ground. So Dendi, though, at full health and with an IO behind him, not very susceptible to this just yet. Definitely can be some way to deal with the Necrophos under the Ghost Shroud, a way to deal with the IO as well. Just a Shuriken toss and a couple nukes from Zeus. More often than not, IO is near death, if not dead already. So as you mentioned, just kind of needs to soak this experience. Farm is a bonus. Bot lane, though. General, he's been found out, but he has Soneko rotating in. Maybe they look to go in on the Jakiro. It's a bit of an early initiation from General. He does catch the dual breath, but a beautiful boulder smash through two is going to be able to facilitate the kill on the Jakiro. Ice Path flies out first. Soneko goes for the TP out. He'll be safe in doing so. And meanwhile, mid lane, trying to go in on the Wisp is the combination of Hala Ares. They do get him, but one last right click from Dendi finds a return kill on the Zeus. The more valuable kill in that mid lane. So overall across the map, pretty good trade for Navi. Rolling away bottom lane General to safety will be just fine. Alright, rotations around from the bounty hunter. Doing decently at this juncture in the game. Level 3. the highest across all the supports in the game. So it has had some certain impact, but as far as the net worth goes, being dominated currently, much like the CS, by Navi. Up 4-2 here, 5 minutes in. So Nako making a rotation in towards top lane. And Earthshaker a little bit low on mana, but it looks like they may be hunting out the BH. He does have a ward on his person, and this may get scouted and immediately dewarded as he looks towards the cliff. Yeah, we'll just, as the Shadow Walk expires, get off his free extra right click damage and make it back under the cover. There is a dust here for Seneko. They have a rotation in from the south and from the west with the Necrophos. Crystallize does not have the Reaper Scythe just yet, but the Death Pulse will finish the job. And nicely, good patience there from Soneko. Just waiting it out a moment and then popping the dust, and perhaps just an oversight from the BH without clicking that inventory. Gonna get blocked off for now. Will Crystallize. He does now just hit that all-important level 6 milestone and has the Reaper Scythe available. Jumping in, taking the trees out. A couple of shots with the spirits, and the full combo goes up onto the Zeus, but they kill off the IO in the meantime. Dendi forced to go out to the south. There is the mini stun there from the Bolt, but now the roll in from General from the west finds the kill on the Zeus, and a toss back will keep Dendi safe. General should be able to make it away as well. Bounty Hunter looking in onto Dendi. Shuriken toss is there, but the overcharge and the combo, they find the bounty as well. Why not? Double damage rune available for them for the bottle for the IO. And Navi, just in the nick of time, get their IO. They're able to turn it on the BH. Mm. Yeah, it does have 25 CS on the Earthshaker, so nothing to scoff at. Some of those are more than likely jungle creeps, so in the way of worth, a little bit less valuable. But has the Soul Ring in the boots, 700 gold on his person, so as you mentioned, still quite a ways away from that all-important Blink Dagger for the lineup, but still not doing horribly, all things considered, in this early game. General has certainly had an impact despite coming out of the offlane, and now they will be able to take out the IO. However, Bounty Hunter dusted up. Dendi, with the Tread's move speed, is able to chase down the Bounty for the return kill. And about even in the way of metrics, that 1-for-1 IO for BH. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of rotations, a little bit to the south, General gonna initiate on the Zeus, gets the Magnetize off, the Boulder Smash is there as well, drops down to refresh the Magnetize. Zeus in trouble, General all by his lonesome finds the kill, and that is what you can do with early levels. You mentioned the ultimate timings here, sub 9 minutes, level 6 on the Earthshaker. Meanwhile, top lane, Reaper Scythe is gonna find themselves an Earthshaker, and that is gonna further set back the timing of that Blink Dagger for the Radiant. So a couple of great happenstances here for the Navi side. Now with the fresh blink, Dendi going in, finds the Weaver mid lane. Dendi all over the map with his Blink Dagger. Top lane, they do have an Echo Slam available. Chosen One TP's in, but he's going to think better of it for now. A little bit lacking in the way of vision is the Radiant side around that upper river area. Yeah. Relocate is available, as you mentioned, General. Perhaps just kind of baiting a bit in lane. But he will end up backing out, much like the Radiant on the top side. Dire a little bit blind on this southeastern quadrant of the map. So General knows he's worth more than General, no pun intended, as an Earth Spirit this point in the game. 10 minutes in, he's already level 7, so certainly not a completely inconsequential kill. Attempting to deny top lane was the Earthshaker, but Crystallize able to find that last hit on the Necroforce. And in the way of net worth, Navi dominating throughout. Bot lane, TP in from Soneko. Boulder Smash going to fly out. Catches onto 2. But there are a lot of heroes here for the Hala side. Ice Path is going to whiff. They get down the sentry. Stolen is the Shadow Walk from the Bounty Hunter. They get the Magnetize off. Will lift him up and look to bring him down. General drops down another stone. And the Boulder Smash connects. Beautifully played by him. And they'll find the BH. Meanwhile, mid lane, looking to find the Zeus. But he's in the tree line and able to TP out. Dendi unable to bear fruit there, but top lane, they should catch vision of this Earthshaker momentarily. It is daytime though. With the tower vision, he should be able to keep himself safe. Dendi looking to go forward. He finds him. Echo Slam is there to at least disrupt the chain of initiation with respect to the combo. But Crystallize gets the Reaper Scythe off, and those Sadist stacks or the Death Pulse stacks will keep him fighting strong here. Dendi though could be in a little trouble. Gets the Ghost Shroud off. And Io is there with the relocate save. They are going to at least return the Io, though, into a bit of a pickle. However, they'll save Dendi. Well, Crystallize hanging out nearby. Looks to take out the Jakiro. Will be successful in doing so. Roger hadn't healed much after relocating out, and the Thunder God's Wrath will finish him off. Crystallize still feeling decent here in the way of tankability. Soneko rotating through, and Hala will back off as a unit. Toss mid lane, finishes off the tower. Dire, unfortunately, the creeps wants to find the last hit there, but nonetheless, it's going to be 2 tier 1s down here already for the Radiant side, 12 minutes in. And as you mentioned, Navi's lineup is not necessarily a lineup that excels at hitting buildings.
What have we here?
You're definitely not muted. The overlay definitely was on. Thank God it didn't block much. It's just the top left quadrant. I'll turn you up a bit though. All right. And they'll find the Jakiro as well, as they were on a warding mission. No Reaper Scythe used for that, so still in fighting shape is Navi. General setting up top lane as well. He'll jump forward, finds the silence onto the Weaver. Weaver able to shoot shield. The Boulder Smash does connect. Thunder God's Wrath, though, comes through, kills off the IO early. Now General in a little bit of trouble. He's got the Swarm on him, is able to avoid the Enchant Totem, but a one last right click from the Weaver will finish off the Earth Spirit. And as you mentioned, maybe Navi Scythe will find the return kill, and Dendi still surviving here. Kills off the Weaver. Has a blink in 1 second. Is he able to make it out? He is. The Bounty Hunter not able to finish him off. So Neko with the Sentry Ward drop down does find the Zeus. Now the Bounty Hunter in trouble, and somehow Navi have turned this. The nukes do connect onto Denvi, but he's got the overcharge up and is being healed. Has a blink shortly here. 1 second. Is tracked up, but will find the Jakiro. Bounty Hunter able to TP out to the east, but Navi again taking a decisive team fight win. Yeah, full pipe up on the Necrophos as well, so it will be a little bit harder for the Zeus to just eliminate that one hero in the IO early on. Zeus shows himself briefly in the mid lane. Dendi thinking about it, but won't find an opening just yet. Relocate. And the Boulder Smash does find the Jakiro. They're going to need to get in range. They do have that move speed with the tether. Blink forward from Dendi. Doesn't even expend the Avalanche. Just a toss up and a couple right clicks with that Echo Saber. And back in towards the mid lane they will go. Taneko does have a Shikuchi top lane, but he gets fissured up. Can he make it away? No Shuriken toss left. They will have to expend the Thunder God's Wrath to find him. Meanwhile, though, pushing it on the mid lane is Dendi, Roger, and Crystallize. So for now, they at least delay the push, even 16 minutes in on their tier 1 top lane, and they'll get the mid lane tier 2.
Yes.
So Taneko's life, well worth that trade, it feels.
Coin for me.
Roll forward. General finds the Chosen One. Gets the blink out in time, though. Now General looking to find him. Is going to be able to block him up. Gets the silence off. They need a stun, and they have it from Dendi. Avatos combo. Finishes the job on the Earthshaker. As you mentioned, just good map awareness and recognition from Navi's side. Hala trying to extricate themselves from any further danger, but unable to do so on the Earthshaker. He felt maybe the safest to kind of tank the smoke or the gank with his Blink Dagger available, but it wasn't enough to get him away. Now Ghost Shroud bot lane, slowing up the Zeus, as you mentioned, and Soneko flying through, has the telekinesis, steals from the Rubik, but he gets bursted real quickly. Dendi, though, with the Reaper Sight there, they find the Zeus, and now Crystallize pressing forward. 20 Death Pulse stacks on his person, can continue to just spam out. They're able to find the IO in the meantime, and a time lapse back from the Weaver will keep him alive. Still, though, Crystallize and Dendi, even by their lonesome, really not feeling very threatened in this bottom lane.
Double rubble. Regeneration.
They'll throw Crystallize for now, perhaps the one hero who feels tanky enough to survive the brunt of this Ares initiation. And
No, take
now, yeah, Dendi top lane finds the Jakiro, but it looks like Hala Ares setting up here. Denial on the tower committed by Dendi. Telekinesis up onto the Bounty Hunter. He's in trouble. Echo Slam is there, though, and they kill off Soneko. Dendi not really in all that much trouble right now. General comes through, 2-man Boulder Smash, gets the silence off as well. Zeus going to be the first to fall. Tracked up is the Weaver. They get him with the toss. And now the Bounty Hunter does end up picking off, well, dying, excuse me, the relocate out from the Wisp. I thought he ended up dying to that Shuriken toss, but he actually just went back towards mid lane. So Navi taking another decisive win, and Soneko, unfortunately for himself, has been kind of the sacrificial lamb for his squad, but getting enough of his toolkit out there to help Dendi survive and the rest of Navi encroach upon the fight. Alright, well, speak for me? Yeah, I mean, you're moving the sound levels, so I don't know. don't know. I think I'm being trolled at this point because of the overlay. Okay. Alright. I will turn you up as best I can. You're maxed out, so yell all you want. Jump forward. Dendi is gonna find the avalanche. No toss needed for the Jakiro kill. Maybe it looked like they were saving it for the Reaper Scythe to help facilitate the push thereafter, but they save that big cooldown for now. And bottom lane tier 2 only at half HP, so should be a pretty low hanging fruit for this Navi squad off the back of that pick. And they get the stun off. Oh, the boulder smash just whiffs, but they do get the dust off the back of the time lapse. And that is a dead Weaver. Meanwhile, bot lane, yeah, jump forward. Echo Slam is going to find 2. The Thunder God's Wrath finishes off the IO. Reaper Scythe will be there, but it doesn't kill off the Earth Shaker. And Dendi in a little bit of trouble without the IO nearby. Veil is on him, though he still survives. Toss forward now for the Rubik. Gets the Fade Bolt off. Doesn't have a Telekinesis just yet. And they will end up getting Dendi with the Bounty Hunter. Still, though, Crystallize standing strong in the front lines here. Boulder Smash does not find the Bounty Hunter.
Coin for me.
Yeah, a lot of nuke damage, and definitely that's going to be held at high value when you have an IO on the other side who's just been constantly sustaining his lineup here. So 1260 HP. They do have the pipe on the Necrophos, but still a couple of Shuriken bounces and the Zeus nukes. It should be more than likely a dead IO early on in these fights. But Navi, they've been effective in finding the jump. This time, though, it will be Hala Ares finding the jump onto Roger. Can he tether away to the east? He's able to do so. Into the Ancients, though, but still surviving for now. Now Dendi jumps over to the west and will find the Avatos combo onto the Jakiro. And really only those 2 heroes nearby, but still Hala turning and running as they are rendered pretty much blind at this point. Navi going to look in towards the bottom lane where they've already done some damage onto this tier 3 with the Ags for Dendi. Get that extra percentage damage on buildings. And now the overcharge going to help him take these out quickly. The rest of Navi, Crystallize, and Seneko bodying up the enemy. And it looks like we're in for what is potentially a pretty quick 2-0 for Navi in this first series of the day. They take out the mid tier 3 as well. And the melee rocks with ease. Still no reaction from Ares, waiting for their Zeus. He's up in another second, but the damage has been done. Jump forward, toss back into the Avalanche. Now the Reaper Scythe finishes off the BH. 67 seconds down. No buyback. Navi going to be able to pull a spell as well. And it's the Ice Path. Finds the Jakiro with the instant cast point. Echo Slam is nice. And with the Thunder God's Wrath, they do get General. But still, everyone pretty healthy here. Toss from Dendi will actually whiff. Jump forward. Veil is going to be there. Macro Pyre as well. Dendi able to dodge out most of it. Seneko, again, just playing the Sacrificial Lamb for his squad. But now, re-engaging is Roger on the IO. Dendi has a blink available, but doesn't choose to use it just yet. 2 lanes of racks secured by Navi. There's still a tier 2 standing in the top lane, so it looks like for now they will be content with their spoils. They'll catch Roger on the back, and he is able to tether out to the Necrophos, and need to be careful not to chase too hard here on the Radiant side. And yes, they'll get reinitiated on Reaper Scythe. Finishes off the Zeus. He'll buy back immediately. The Earthshaker may be in a little bit of trouble. Death Pulse will not kill him off. And nearby is the Weaver, still looking for the IO, but for now, he'll get back to Dendi, and Crystallize will join them up, heal them. And they do force out that Zeus buyback. Alright, the BM kick back onto Crystallize from General. Feels like you only get this in CIS. I'm just going to turn game sounds down just a bit. Wait, hopefully we can hear you better. General gets nuked up with the Veil. He's actually quite low at this point, but is able to roll out towards safety. Track up on Suneko. Meanwhile, Dendi looking to find someone in the backline. Thunder God's Wrath does finish off the Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, the Roche goes down. Now the Bounty Hunter in trouble. A couple right clicks will finish him off. Fisher from the Wayward side will catch up Roger. Dendi still looking to fight strong. Avalanche does not connect. Crystallize, though, will be able to finish off the Jakiro. Now it's a buyback from Roger. Dendi jumping forward will find another kill. That's going to be on the Zeus. 3 heroes down, 2 of which who do not have buyback, and Aegis in hand for Navi. And can they really mount a defense in time? Dendi going to jump forward, looking for the Avalanche. They get the Shikuchi off on the Weaver, though, to keep him safe for the time being. Buyback comes out from the Jakiro, TP in from the Bounty Hunter. We'll drop down some Ward Vision, but this Melee Rex, it's already going to be dead. Jump forward. Echo Slam does find 4, and they're getting low on the IO. They will be able to mech him up for the time being. Now Range Rack's going to fall. IO does end up falling to the Shikuchi forward Weaver, but he's going to get Reaper Sight. That beautiful boulder smash from General keeps him in place to allow for that to happen. Now the Bounty Hunter looking to find out the Suneko Rubik. They will be able to do so alongside the Earthshaker still, though. Dendi fighting strong. Crystallize fighting strong. General maybe dropped down here and does end up getting finished off on the Earth Spirit, but it's really only these 2 cores necessary for Navi, and they are standing. GG is called. Mega secured. Sub 30 minutes. Navi find this Game 2 victory. New squad looking pretty good.